Welcome back everyone to the Britball YouTube channel. We are carrying on our series, you know the drill by now. We're covering the Lions today and it's a clean 5 picks in 5 years, isn't it?
Yeah, which makes it easier for research.
Some surprisingly decent picks. I mean, it's pretty interesting. Some of them are really bad, some of them are really good. So we will cover them in a non-biased fashion as always. And we have our message to deliver again by Ollie this time.
If you do go on to enjoy the video, please feel free to drop a subscription because it means the world to myself and Jack.
Yeah.
And I think our content deserves a little bit more than 11 subs. If you just want to bump the numbers up a little bit, it'll be much appreciated. But I'm not here to talk about our sub count, I'm here to talk about the Detroit Lions. Let's go.
Okay, first off, we have Jeffrey Okudah, 3rd overall 2020. This was a position where everyone was a bit funny and everyone was saying, at 3 it's a bit of a reach, but then they couldn't really trade back, they didn't have any good offers, they were kind of held hostage with this pick and just thought, we're going to have to draft Jeffrey Okudah. And everyone did have him as their cornerback 1, really, most people. And he did come into the league quite a cocky guy, and he got humbled 100% by his first season. I mean, it was a bad system to go in with Matt Patricia. It does run a lot of man coverage, and you can see rookie players get absolutely bullied in man.
There's a Patricia tax that we should add on to players.
Yeah, there might be a little Patricia tax. He might be good next season, you never know, but it's not that promising. When you want a corner at 3, you want Jalen Ramsey. We always say that. If you're drafting one that high up, they have to be ready. We're not going to cut him any slack. Nope. We're giving him a D.
Yeah, I mean, he only played 9 games last season because I think it was through injury. Either that, it was that piss poor, and I wouldn't put it past him, but I think it was injury. In them 9 games, he was targeted 53 times, and if you look at our last video of the Green Bay Packers, I think Jerry Alexander was targeted 56 in 16. So it tells you that people are confident of targeting him, and in them 9 games, he allowed a completion percentage of 77.4% against him. He struggled to win contested balls, couldn't beat pacey receivers, his running route reading was awful. It is definitely, I would say, too early to say if he's a bust, because as we said, Matt Patricia at the helm, you're always going to be poor. But in terms of a rookie, it was not, especially 3rd overall, you did not justify your price tag and his cockiness, and he had to take a slice of humble pie. TJ Hawkinson. 2 seasons so far, he's just had his 2nd season in the NFL. He's a 2020 Pro Bowler. How he was a Pro Bowler, I'll never know, but nevertheless, he's still a good person. In that time, he's had 8 TDs, I think 6 were last season, and in total he's had 1,090 yards. In 28 games, he's only missed 2 games, only missed 4 games, I do apologise. So he's fairly reliable. He had a big jump in his rookie year to year 2, definitely. His catching percentage went up from 54.2 to 66.3, so he's got safer hands. In terms of fantasy, he was a top 5 tight end. And he's definitely made his first round value worth it. I would say 8th overall, probably not. He's not like the best of the best, but nonetheless, he's still a very good weapon for now Jared Goff, and he was very usable for Stafford. He isn't as much of a deep ball threat because he ranked 11th amongst tight ends in the NFL for average depth, so he's more of a clutch player to get the first down as opposed to right down the field. But in terms of a player, you can't fault him. He's been very effective for the offense of the Lions. Jared Goff's going to enjoy throwing to him.
Yeah, he got a much bigger role last year, especially with Golladay out.
Yeah.
I remember watching them the Lions Thanksgiving game, and Stafford was feeding Hawkinson a lot that time. He was playing really well, and he's probably, unless Lions make a splash in free agency, which all the good wide receivers are gone,
pretty much,
or they draft one, then he's probably going to be one of the main targets, probably the main target for Goff.
Probably.
So expect a big step up, hopefully. He did deserve to be in the Pro Bowl over Fan, so
yeah,
I guess there's that.
I'll give him that, yeah.
Okay, now we've got a good pick.
Yeah, very good pick.
Yeah, so now we've got Frank Ragnow, drafted in 2018. When you draft a centre this high, he has to be plug and play, and they got what they hoped for. This guy, 14 games last season, but before that he has been pretty healthy. And yeah, 0 sacks allowed, highest graded centre according to PFF. And he hasn't got a weakness in his game really. He's been good in passing, he's been good in running, and yeah, it's a solid pick. I always like a solid O-line pick, and the Lions have delivered it.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of how tough he is as well, he actually I don't know how you do this, but he fractured his throat against Green Bay in December. I don't know how you do that, but he did somehow, and even then he didn't allow a single pressure in the entire game. I don't know how you do that, but he did. He's easily one of the best players the Lions. I don't know how you do it, but he's easily one of the strongest players to a very decent offensive line for the Lions. And he's going to be, and he's just finished his year 3, so he's still incredibly young. He's got a lot of potential, and he's going to do very well in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
How did you fracture your throat?
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh, was it Martin? Oh god. Where do I start? Okay, right. So in total, he played 55 games, 10.5 sacks, 7 forced fumbles. He's now a New York Jet. In his last season as a Lion, he was primarily used as a rotational player. He was not a starter by any means. He only started 4 games. He did actually have a fairly decent start to his Lions career in the first 2 seasons, but in 2019 he just went downhill completely. He regressed. He had a lot of injury problems. His influence on games heavily decreased. And then after, when he came back from injury, they just sort of gave up on him. They just put him in as like a rotational player, played him in hardly any snaps. And that was kind of how it went for the last year and a half for his career in the Lions jersey. So obviously they declined his 5th-year option. He joined the Jets, but in terms of first-round value, that's completely gone.
Yeah, coming into the league, really athletic, freaky player. Everyone says freaky athletic, but he was, and he was in a really good linebacker class. And the Lions, of course, managed to pick the dirt. And his blue assignments in his last season. He would just cover a guy for a little bit, then go, oh fuck it, leave him there. I'll just go rush someone. And yeah, lowest rated linebacker according to PFF in the whole league. So that's a special achievement. Then we've got another good pick covered by myself. The Lions know how to draft the O-line. So the 4th O-line taken in a really, really, really good class. Like the top 4 taken are all Pro Bowl level linemen. And this is no different. He's been playing at a consistent level really. He's kind of really hit his stride though the last 2 seasons. And Pro Bowl level guy. He just got paid, I think this off season or last off season. I think last off season. Yeah. Last off season he got paid. I think he's top 5 O lineman in terms of salary. But a stud left tackle.
Yeah, he's the 8th highest paid tackle.
Oh, 8th highest.
Still very good.
I think he was top 5, and then like the recent contracts have knocked him down. But yeah, he'll be at left tackle for a while unless he wants to move, which I wouldn't be surprised. But him and Ragnow are very, very good piece for the Lions.
Yeah, I mean this guy is very, very good. I mean, he's easily one of the best tackles in the league. Maybe not top 5 because there is a lot of, as you said, in this class alone, there's very good tackle talent. But he's also come out and said he wants to take a more of a leadership role in a post-match interview. I think it was actually this off-season. Him and the general manager for the Lions have both said that Taylor himself would like to become a leader in this team, not just the offensive line, but the offense in general. So it says like how confident he is as a person, and if he's putting up them sort of stats, he's got every right to become a leader. He's got every right to have a voice. He's a culture change in the dressing room. He wants to continue to do that and build on it. So I think the Lions need someone like this because they're a franchise that isn't in the best of shape at the moment. So
no, not at all.
Not at all. But yeah, fair play to him.
So that's the video. From that video, we know that the Lions can draft O-line. And that's about it. Don't trust them to draft anything else in the first round at least. Yeah. Maybe they just stick to O-line this year.
TJ Hockenson, I'll give you some credit for that.
Oh yeah.
But defense, Davis and Okudah.
Yeah, don't trust them on defense no matter what. And they had Matt Patricia giving his feeding his knowledge for the defensive picks, and that's how it went. So yeah.
I'll say it worked.
I think there hasn't been a coach whose stocks just went downhill so dramatically. New England, he was amazing. He was the mastermind behind New England's defense. and then he's just one of the worst toxic coaches in the league.
And the only thing I'll ever remember Matt Patricia for is for Heather having that pencil in his ear. Just never leaves his ear. That'll be his legacy.
That's the video, guys. If you enjoyed, smash all the good buttons.
Yeah, the buttons that get us in the heart.
Yeah, the buttons that give us sensations.
Not just this Monster Energy drink that goes straight to the heart fast.
We'll catch you guys next time.